Jeffrey Dahmer was a serial killer. No other way to describe it. And he really got off on killing and fucking his victims. He really got off on that shit. And
Oh, what a way to start. This is Criminal Lawyer Reacts. This is his name is Bruce Rivers. He's a lawyer and he's a criminal lawyer. And he's going to discuss the Netflix documentary series about Jeffrey Dahmer. I hear a lot of people talking about it. I was debating if I want to watch it, and I think I've come to the decision I don't want to. And it's mainly because of the victims' families coming forward and talking about how traumatized, re-traumatized they were from the docu-series. And well, let's get into it here with Bruce Rivers.
it's just so sad. So Netflix has created this series. And in fact, if you watch like HLN, and 2020 and all these other shows, you have these real crime drama shows. Now, I'm a criminal defense lawyer, and our channel, and we're making money off of criminal whatever, but we try to inform and not sensationalize too much, a little bit, but not too much. And we got our start in the hip hop culture and trying to create a positive message about stopping the killing, right? Well, it,
Although it's making you a ton of money. You sure you want to say that? It's keep the hip hop culture is keeping you in business. It seems.
if everybody stopped killing, these shows would just go dark.
Yeah.
I am going to talk to you a little bit about families. Enough about the killers, enough about Jeffrey Dahmer. Let's talk about the families. I've seen so many over the years. I've seen so many victim impact statements.
I bet he
And let's
has.
just say, for the sake of argument, not all of my clients are innocent. Okay? And when somebody dies at the hands of another, it impacts somebody. Just like, we're all connected, right? To certain people in our lives, and you have what they call the ripple in the pond effect. Somebody dies here, it just affects everybody. Dies sooner than they're supposed to, it hurts, period. But when
Yeah.
somebody dies at the hands of a serial killer, when somebody dies at the hands of a monster, and that's the name of the series on Netflix, it fucking is senseless. It is, he's consuming these people for his own gratification. And that's just not.
I mean, that's how did as a family member, as victims, as a family member of a victim, like how do you deal with that knowing what he did? Like I wish Netflix would take this series down. If it's traumatizing the families, the victims' families this much, I think they should get rid of the series and actually give the families money. I mean, you have re-traumatized them. That was a lot. He did horrible things to these people. Like, it's, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine finding out that something like this happened to somebody close to me. I would go crazy. I know I would. So I can imagine what these families are going through, reliving all of this, and probably finding out more details. Oh my goodness.
Not right. And that's there's no words to describe the grief some of these people feel.
And here comes Netflix trying to make a buck off of the victims, off of this horrible, horrible man trying to make a buck, knowing that people suffered.
Now, I don't know why Netflix all of a sudden decided to do another Dahmer special. I mean, it's nothing happened in the Dahmer world that this is just fucking gratuitous. Oh, let's make money off of this.
Yeah, make money.
So when you look at that special, and I'm not saying that you do, but they do a fucking reenactment that I think is so tasteless. I think it's just so awful. And we'll put a picture of it here. It's Rita Isabel from 1992 is on one side. There's a split screen, and then you have the Netflix special, and they're trying to reenact it. And what are you doing there? You're making money and re-traumatizing the families.
You are making money off her pain. You are making money off the victim's family's pain. That is disgusting.
Her Rita's cousin was a 19-year-old kid that was at the Milwaukee Mall, and he was the 11th victim. There were 16 total. He got 16 life fucking sentences. So he was at the mall, and he was conned. I mean, it wasn't like Jeffrey Dahmer pulled up in a van and fucking beat the shit out of him and overpowered him. No, he was conned. And I know he's 19, but he was a young kid.
Yeah,
and
he's still a teenager.
Kid trusted him and went back to his place and was murdered, and he had sex with him, and took him apart. I mean, why do we need to sensationalize that in a miniseries?
Exactly.
And now people see the aftermath of Jeffrey Dahmer. They see him contrite.
And as crazy as people are these days, who's to say somebody is not going to try to reenact this? Like, it's so much craziness going on in the world today. How do we know this is not going to be inspiration for some copycat? Yeah, this was just in poor taste. They were just trying to make a buck.
Whatever. The best thing that could have happened to him is what happened to him. He was eliminated from the planet. I'm not a fan of the death penalty, but when you have somebody that's so evil, and he's consuming human beings, he had them in his apartment in vats of acid. I mean, what the fuck?
Exactly.
But then you have, and so the family is
mental illness
here. From Eric Perry. I mean, he says, I'm not telling anyone what to watch. I know true crime media is huge right now, but if you're actually curious about the victims, my family, the Isbels, are pissed about this show. It's re-traumatizing over and over, and for what? How many movies, shows, documentaries do we need?
Exactly.
And I can't agree with him more. Now I'm a criminal defense lawyer, right? I mean, it's our job to get people off if we can. 99% of the time, the government does their job, and, do we get...
I wonder if Dahmer was if he was Dahmer's lawyer, would he take the case? Or would he say, well, you say, no, you know what? I can't do this. I bet you he wouldn't. He wouldn't have taken Dahmer's case. He's a good guy.
People off that are innocent sometimes, but not really. Not like this. Fucking not like this. So my heart goes out to the Isbell family, and why don't we do a documentary about who this kid was? I mean, I guarantee it would stop the fucking Netflix in its tracks. When you say, okay, who was this young man? What did he like to do? Was he good at sports? Did he
See. Yeah. This is horrible. I can't imagine what the family is going through right now. All because Netflix wants to make a buck.
See, you get deep into who the victim was, and you clench up a little bit, which is what I just fucking did.
Yeah.
I didn't even know him. I have no emotional connection to him whatsoever. But you start...
But you know, people don't deserve that. Once you start thinking about that, yeah, you will tear up. People don't deserve to be treated like he was treated in his last moments.
Thinking
Disgusting.
about the victim a little bit, and and especially this family who I'm sure you all have seen her reaction in the courtroom.
I remember.
She fucking lost it.
She did. She did. If I don't remember anything else about that trial, I remember that. And I was young. I think I was still in high school. But I never forget seeing a video clip of her in that courtroom. Like it, oh God, that was raw pain. Just raw.
And we're not gonna play it here, and we're not gonna play it because I don't want to. I don't want to play that card. You know, I could play that card and have, oh, look at this. You know, but you know what? Damn it, she needs some peace. They need some peace.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I'll just tell you, nobody deserves to die like Jeffrey Dahmer's victims died.
Exactly.
All 16 of them, or probably more. I bet you there were more. They just didn't get them
I'm
all.
sure there were
And
more.
they had the cops had some markers, you know, but you know what? You know what it is complacency. The complacency is amazing because it cost lives in this case. You know, he had a 14-year-old Asian boy that tried to run away, and the cops brought him back. The a neighbor of his called the cops multiple times. Um,
Yeah, they kept reporting him because the smell was so bad. It was so terrible. But at the same time, if you're a cop at this time, you're not thinking about that. You're not thinking that there's going to be, you know, remains in someone's house. But they really kind of missed the mark there. Especially the smell should have been a dead giveaway that something was going on. Something sinister.
and so I take Eric's words to heart. You know, notice we're not showing a single picture of the monster up here because I mean some people have gone so far as to I oh he's not that bad a guy, you know, he's
Oh, you won't hear me saying that. He's disgusting. He's disgusting, and I'm glad he's not here anymore. Yeah, and some people I notice are trying to romanticize him, like, oh, he's so handsome. Okay, forget his looks. Look what he did. He's a psychopath. He is mentally, he destroyed people's lives in horrible, horrible ways. I don't understand people these days. Like, come on, we gotta do better, guys. We gotta do better. Don't romanticize people like this. That is dangerous. And the reason why I say dangerous, because other people are looking at this and they're going to think it's okay if they do it. And they might end up in situations where they could be harmed because they don't see all these red flags. But I'm just going to end it right here. I think the Netflix series was done in poor taste. No regard to the families whatsoever. And I'm glad they're speaking out and getting it out there that they are not happy about this and talking about how they feel. I'm glad they are. And I wish Netflix would take the series down. Anyway, thank you for stopping by my channel. Please comment below your thoughts. I would love to hear them. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.